All right, let's talk about something that's all around us, shaping our lives in ways we don't even notice: consumerism. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this powerful idea and deconstruct the lies it sells us, all based on a really sharp analysis that challenges us to build lives filled with purpose, not just piles of stuff. So let's just jump right in with this question. Does this hit home for you? That feeling that you're always running, always chasing that next thing you're supposed to want, but you never actually feel like you've arrived? Yeah, it's a feeling a lot of us know. And this idea right here, it's called the treadmill of desire. It perfectly captures the problem. It's this crazy, endless cycle where we're promised that the next purchase, the new phone, the better car, that will be the thing that finally makes us happy. But the finish line just keeps moving, right? And look at the sheer scale of the machine that keeps this treadmill going. 5,000. That's the average number of ads we are hit with every single day. And most of them, they're not just selling a product. They are literally engineered to create a feeling of inadequacy, to make you feel like you're not whole without whatever it is they're selling. So this leads us to our first really big idea. We have to stop thinking about this as just shopping. It's way deeper than that. It's almost like a cultural religion, a whole belief system with a very clear recipe for a successful life: earn more, buy more, and, maybe most importantly, show more. And this brings us to the first and probably the biggest lie that this whole system preaches. It's that simple, seductive promise that's whispered in thousands of different ways every day. Hey, happiness is just one purchase away. So how does this actually work? Well, on the left, you see the trick. Advertising doesn't really sell you shoes. It sells you confidence. It doesn't sell you a vacation. It sells you an envy-inducing lifestyle. It's a masterclass in exploiting our natural insecurities. But the liberating truth on the right is that real joy isn't a thing you can buy. It's a byproduct. It's what happens when your life is full of meaning and real human connection. And here's a really powerful way to prove this to yourself. Just pause for a second and think about it. Your top 5 happiest memories, how many of them were actually about a product you bought? I'm willing to bet very few, if any. They were probably about people, or experiences, or a moment of discovery. That's your own personal proof that your greatest happiness is not for sale. Okay, so let's dig even deeper into some of the most powerful lies that our culture teaches us to believe without even questioning them. And here's a huge one: the unofficial motto of the social media age. It's the lie that your identity, your actual self-worth, is defined by the things you can show off. That, at the end of the day, you are what you own. I mean, think about how this gets amplified today. Social media is basically a comparison trap, an engine perfectly designed to reward those polished, perfect appearances and make the rest of us feel insecure. But now think about the people you truly, genuinely admire in your life. Is it because of the brands they wear, or is it because of their character, their kindness, their integrity? We all know the answer. Character always outshines a brand. So here is a fantastic little mental filter you can use before you buy something. Just ask yourself this one simple question. It's such a powerful way to cut through the noise and figure out if you genuinely want something for yourself, or if you just want it for the performance, for an invisible audience. It's about shifting from external validation to what you truly value. All right, let's talk about the next lie, because this one has become dangerously normal. Consumer culture has completely reframed debt. It's not a burden anymore, it's a smart financial tool. We're constantly told, you deserve it, and you deserve it now. And you can see the trap laid out perfectly here. The whole buy now, pay later thing feels like freedom, right? It feels so easy, but it's a beautiful cage. It disconnects us from the real cost of our spending. The truth is, debt is a thief. It steals your future. Every dollar you pay towards it is a dollar you can't use to chase a dream, quit a job you hate, or just have the freedom to choose your own path. So this all leads to a really crucial question we have to ask ourselves. Take an honest look at where your money goes. Is that a reflection of the life you truly want to live, of your deepest values? Or is it being driven by impulse, by that quick hit of dopamine that comes from a new purchase? So after breaking down all these lies that keep us running and getting nowhere, what's the alternative? Well, it's this. It's a conscious, deliberate choice to simply step off the treadmill. And this brings us to the really exciting part, the path forward. We're going to explore what getting off that treadmill actually looks like. And let me be clear, this is not about a life of misery and deprivation. It's about a joyful rebellion. It's about taking back your life, your purpose, and your freedom. You know, the path to freedom really starts with this profound shift in thinking. The world does not need another person who is just really good at accumulating stuff. What it desperately needs are people who contribute, people who create things, who care for others, who teach, who give back. That's where true, lasting fulfillment is found. So how do we actually do this in our day-to-day lives? Here's a super simple but powerful framework. Before you buy something, before you even add something to your calendar, just run it through these 3 questions. Is this truly essential? Does this bring me genuine joy? Is this actually meaningful? This little habit can completely rewire your brain from focusing on more to focusing on meaning. All right, let's bring all this home. I know it can feel like a lot, but this journey away from consumerism doesn't have to be some massive, overnight change. It really just starts with one small step, with a single shift in how you decide to see the world. I want to leave you with this thought because it so perfectly captures the trap of materialism. The more you own, the more it owns you. Every single thing we bring into our lives demands a little piece of our time, our energy, our attention, until eventually the things we thought we possessed end up possessing us. And so, the final question I want to leave you with is this. What if, instead of constantly asking, what should I buy next, we started asking, what will I build instead? What relationships will you build? What skills? What memories? What kind of impact will you create? Now that is a question that can truly change a life. Thanks for tuning in.